a new coffee product recently got announced, and I was one of the first people to purchase this, and it just came in today. Today I'm going to be unboxing this new machine, new espresso machine from Turin. This is the Turin Axis. This is their take on a lever espresso machine. And what really excites me about this is if you've been following this channel for a long time, you would know that I've had pretty much every iteration of the Flare espresso machine, as well as a few other manual machines like the Cafe Let Robot. So as soon as they announced this, I was like, this is what I need. This is what I need to see if this is like actually going to make a difference when it comes to manual espresso versus things like the Flare. So starting off, this machine comes in at $599. I paid for this machine on my own, and I received a discount from them, but not for creating content. The Espresso Outlet typically runs some sales where if you're the first X amount of people to buy it, you might receive a discount when you pre-order things. So I was one of the few who were lucky enough to get $150 off of this at purchasing it, but they did not send me this. And the nice thing about this is outside of the Flare 49 Pro, I have purchased every single manual machine that I've used. And so what that means is while I never try to do biased reviews by any means, it's a lot easier when you do pay full price for everything, not to have any kind of sway in it or not wanting it to be better for the company. This one, having paid full price for this and having paid full price for my Flare 58 is going to give me a good comparison. So we're going to start with the unboxing here. This is a little metal drip tray here. Just metal. That sits on top of it. I'm sure that's going to be a lot better once I actually get the machine here. And like I said, this is a 58 millimeter machine, which means that this is the same size as a commercial machine, as well as it's the same size as the Flare 58. It's got a self-levering tamper here, which is a very nice tamper basket. We've got the handle here. Nice little handle. There's a manual too that was at the top of it that I didn't show you. Power cable, so this plugs in, and this has a PID control. The Flare 58 has a 3-button temperature control stability, so I think that correlates with, is it a dark roast, is it a medium roast, or is it a light roast type of a thing. I always have it set on to the highest temperature. Both this and the Flare don't require a kettle, but honestly most people probably use a kettle solely for the reason of it's a little bit easier. It takes like 10 minutes, I think, to heat up the machines without the kettle. Let's see here. Got a few other accessories in here. We got a 58 bottomless portafilter here. So we got a straight walled basket. If I can pop that out. Oh, we got a straight wall basket, and we got one that's kind of curved at the bottom of it. We got required for these types of machines are puck screens. Flare has them, and Turin has it too. Just little Turin grinders located on here. I'm kind of curious if the machine is ever going to change their name from Turin grinders, just because they have kind of released some espresso in there. We have a little magnet, which is to kind of pick up that puck screen off of it a little bit. There's a little piece of metal on the bottom of it too, which I kind of like find a little strange. And we have a couple extra gaskets. I think that's probably it in terms of accessories. We'll see. Oh. There should be a shot mirror somewhere in here, which I'm not seeing right off the bat, but that doesn't mean it's not in there. Sorry for that mic quality of this. Let's see if I can find that shot mirror. Okay. I'm looking through everything here, and it looks like the shop mirror was in the foam here. I thought they were missing it, but I knew I would just send an email, and Espresso Outlet's customer service is pretty good. Okay, we got this little sticky magnetic piece that you can stick anywhere onto machine. And this magnetic ball. Okay, here we go. So kind of an interesting design on the shop mirror. We're going to get into the machine a little bit. I haven't focused on that at all. Just trying to unbox all of this. So it's kind of interesting. The Flare 58 also comes with a shop mirror. This one has a little, it's kind of more sharp edged on it and not as polished as I would say the Flare. There's no like rim around it. It's got like a little adhesive pad on the back of this piece of metal, so it sticks right there, and then you can kind of angle it however you want to. And then there's this little piece here so you can stick it to this aluminum frame that it has. We'll dive into that a little bit more. So moving on, let's put the drip tray in. The drip tray just simply slides in. There's a little kind of recessed area here. The drip tray sits on top of it, and then the other part of the drip tray just sits on top of that. Fits nicely, and then you can pick up the whole machine and it doesn't come off at all. So we got a pressure gauge here, and it looks like, I don't know, it looks like there's like fluid in my pressure gauge, which I've never seen before. I don't know if that's supposed to be in there or not, but that is super strange. We'll have to take a look at that. I'm not super concerned about anything right off the bat, just because I haven't read the instructions, and the fact that I know whatever is going on with this machine. It's called customer service for a reason. So this threads in somehow, if I can get it in there. I'm left-handed, so this is kind of an awkward way to do it. It'd be much easier if it was sitting on the other side. So this thing, I tell you what, it feels super solid. It's got like I said, the pressure gauge here, which does have some fluid in here that does seem a little strange to me. But anyway, clear, easy to read pressure gauge. Twist off super easy, so you can switch this out with any kind of pressure eyes thing if you want to. On the side here, we have the power button. That's slightly off the screen maybe. There's a power button, simply as like any other power button there is. And it looks like they have this metal box here with a PID set to it. And it looks like the PID numbers are going to be like facing that way. It's kind of hard to see on camera here. And we got metal group head here. It's got a Turin logo on the bottom of that. I did see that in a video. Lift this up, and has a full disc right here that allows you to put water through. Pull this down, and you pull your shot. And there you have it. Simply lock in your portafilter, like somehow. Okay, lock in your portafilter. Okay, that's interesting. So you simply just have this thing down, and you can lock it in more from the side than what you would with the Flare, which means the whole lever can be down while you kind of knock it in. So the flare kind of ends. The flare kind of ends like at this side angle. This one goes like all the way over, which I'm not super in love with that fact right off the bat, just because I feel like it might get in the way of some of my machines. However, you could switch out this handle, which I would love to see. Maybe I had a air barista machine that had like a short little handle, which could be kind of a nice thing to see with this machine down the road. So you can switch out these handles if you don't like this wooden one, which means you can also switch out. So these are the exact same handles as a portafilter here. So if you want to unscrew this whole lever comes out, but this bottom part comes out too. So you can switch out the portafilter handle and the handle on the machine itself pretty easily. So a couple things I want to mention on this machine that really excites me is the fact that this is one piece here. So this piece, this whole backside piece here is connected to it, so there's no bolting into it, so it's not going to wobble near as much on the side-to-side aspect as the flare. Okay, actually, all right, so I did notice that you got to be very careful when you flip this upside down. There are 4 bolts on the bottom of this, so you can actually take it apart, and I did notice it is slightly loose on those, so I'm going to need to tighten those up. And I didn't see a tool to do that, which is slightly unfortunate, but I know I have one of those tools sitting around anyway, so it's not a big deal. But the alignment of this thing, I feel like, is going to be a little bit better to align it. There's 4 bolts rather than 2 versus the flare. The PID you can set to the temperature that you want, which is going to be a lot nicer. This group head, though, this is what I really like. This looks so much nicer than anything I've ever had from Flare. And this has this has some weird gear system at the top here. And what that allows is if you're pulling too much pressure, it would get harder to pull down the handle on something like the Flare. But this little mechanism actually shifts the gears to make it easier to put forth a higher pressure if you ever get to that point where you need it. So that's basically what we have right now for the Turin Axis. We are going to be getting a full review. This is $600, so you're coming in at $50 cheaper than the Flare. You get everything that the Flare has between this little magnetic shot mirror that you can put however you want, wherever you want on it. It has a full base, which this full base is going to allow you to use any scale. You could probably fit, I don't have one, but you could probably fit an Ankaya Pearl on this thing, versus in the past you could not do that with the Flares. You can fit the Buku has 2 scales. They have a small one and they have a larger one. That larger one would not work underneath of the Flare 58 because of the way that it was designed, and you had to set it inside the frame. This one, however, would sit on top of this very nicely. I'm super excited for it. I might mess around a little bit with, I think you could probably raise this whole machine up a little bit, get some bigger pads on the bottom. This does have some rubber pads. Raise this up and then just drain the whole thing out so you can pull your shot straight into the drip tray. You do have to purge the same way that you would with the Flare. But yeah, this is the Turin Axis. Would love to know any specific questions that you have on this machine. I will be doing a comparison directly with the Flare, so I can answer any questions that you have on that. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and remember, please like and subscribe. You don't want to miss out on the full review of this machine.